Hey everybody. Um, you're gonna have to bear with us tonight. Um, let me know if you guys can hear the game. You should be able to hear the game. Let me know if it's too loud. Evan is here too. Say hi, Evan.
Hey, I'm on camera because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
That's fine. Evan will be a floating voice um, tonight.
Whatever.
First off, hello. Welcome everybody. Um, Thank you for being here. As you know, or maybe you don't, DINOBREAK is launching tomorrow. Well, less than a
Like,
day away. Yeah.
so
um,
in some places it's launching in 50 minutes. So
yeah. It is going to be available at an MSRP of $19.99 USD worldwide. So depending on where you live, that number may be a little bit different in your local currency, but that is the price that we have set. It is going to be on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, Steam, and Epic Game Store. The Nintendo Switch page for the game is live currently, and you can pre-order it. You can also wishlist it on Steam and Epic, which we greatly appreciate. Tonight we're going to be kind of poking around a little bit in the game, telling you guys a little bit about it. We don't want to spoil too much since the game is coming out very soon. Like Evan said, in some places it'll be out in less than an hour. We're also going to be giving away a copy tonight. This is probably going to be like the only giveaway of this game. So I'm going to get that started real quick so people can join. Let me just hit the button real quick and it should work. To enter the giveaway to win a copy of DINOBREAK, just type !ticket1, just like it says in chat on the pop-up. Once you do that, you will be added to the list automatically. We will draw when we are at the end of the stream. Please keep in mind that to be eligible, you need to be following us on Twitch. So follow us on Twitch if you haven't already followed us there. Type !ticket1 to enter, and then that's all you need to do. And you need to be here, obviously, when we draw it, because if you are not here, we will have to re-roll and give it to somebody else. Again, this is going to be for the platform of your choice. Whatever platform you would like DINOBREAK on, we can accommodate for you. And I think with that, I think we're going to kind of just get into things and start showing stuff. So before we really get super into stuff, I'm going to roll the trailer real quick for anyone who may not have seen it or hasn't seen it in a minute. And then we'll be back here to pop into the game itself. So here we go. Here comes your trailer, baby.
You don't understand. We're trying to help people. They're not coming to rescue us. They're going to destroy the entire city.
Oh no! Oh god, no! Please! Wait!
Alright. Hello again, everybody. That was DINOBREAK. Again, coming out in a few hours, or less, depending. Evan, let's take a look at DINOBREAK.
yeah, okay. So hey, gang, just really quick. I'm a bit crunched for time here because unfortunately we have a lot going on behind the scenes. Obviously, with the launch of a game, there's a lot going on to prepare for that. But we also have other things going on too that we did not plan for that ended up coinciding at this time that are business related. So unfortunately, I'm not flushed with time, or I would have done a longer stream here. But we made it to DINOBREAK.
Yes.
It comes as CMM said. It's going to be out on Xbox in like 45 minutes. It's going to be rolling out on other platforms over the next 12 to 14 hours. We're going to do a good job on the Discord of trying to @news whenever a release actually goes out for a specific platform. I do apologize for folks if I do apologize that it's going out on some platforms first and others not. It's not because we like a certain platform or hate a certain platform. It's just sometimes with releasing, this shit just happens the way that it happens.
Yep.
So yeah, DINOBREAK, really quick. We're not going to go through the whole story of how we got the DINOBREAK and why it's here right now, but really quick recap. We're leaving the world of retro survival horror behind with Outbreak Shades of Horror, our next generation online co-op and Unreal Engine 5 powered game. The reason why we're taking one last dip back into retro survival horror on our legacy Outbreak engine is because we had been planning to ship DINOBREAK quite a while ago, and it's been in development for quite some time, really since, actually before the release of Outbreak Contagious Memories in the middle of April of 2022. So this is a title that we kind of saw that we're leaving the station and moving on to bigger and better things with Unreal Engine 5 and next generation products. And it always kind of bothered me a little bit that it felt like we were not going to actually get to pay our respects to Dino Crisis before we kind of left the station. So it was really important to me over the last year to get DINOBREAK out in this form before we move on to the future of the series and the future, obviously, of DINOBREAK and everything else as well. So bottom line, this is a retro survival horror game. It looks, it plays, it sounds like a PlayStation 1 game made in 1999. It is meant to be a cross between a lot of the core gameplay loops of the original Dino Crisis, like heavily homaged by that in terms of controls, inventory management, puzzles, things like that are kind of a mix between what you would have experienced in a title like Dino Crisis versus a title that you would have experienced like the original Resident Evil 1 or 2 back on the PS1. And then we meld that with action sequences inspired by Dino Crisis 2, which was very action-oriented. So we've added automatic weapons. All of the weapons pack a huge punch. You're firing fast. You're fighting crowds of dinosaurs. There's a lot going on, but you're still able to play the game as a fixed camera, PlayStation 1 style game, but you can also switch to over-the-shoulder or first-person shooter views at any time. What we tried to do with this is take our kind of Outbreak formula that we've been working on for the last 7 years and try to make it more action-focused, more action-oriented, while still retaining that classic survival horror feel, because frankly, we're not going to be making games like this anymore. We're moving off to very more modern experiences that kind of meld a more modern approach to survival horror, still paying homage to where the genre has come from, but this is going to be kind of our last dip back into this kind of world of survival horror. So
Yep.
This has been a title that has been demanded from us for years. It's been the most frequently asked thing for us to make. We did try to get it done for Outbreak Shades of Horror back during the Kickstarter through a stretch goal. We didn't quite make it. And then obviously with all the kind of shenanigans that have been going on with Unity and things like that, I ended up being somewhat prophetic in terms of this feeling like this was the do or die time for DINOBREAK to be a retro survival horror game. And it all just kind of came together perfectly. It's been in development for literally forever, and it is a brand new adventure, a brand new story mode, brand new bonus mode, new locations, new characters, new action, all new enemies with the dinosaurs, and a nice wide variety of dinosaurs. So this is really the best retro survival horror title we've ever made, and I think this is going to be our magnum opus for leaving this type of gameplay behind as we now march steadily towards the future with Shades of Horror.
Yep.
That is the story in a nutshell. Back to you,
Yes.
CMM.
So yeah, like Evan said, we've got the 3 camera perspectives like we always do. First person, third person, and fixed camera, so you can play the game as you want, and you can switch on the fly. We have a bunch of unlocks. By playing the game, you earn credits. And you can unlock certain things like modifiers, for example, unlimited ammo. We have a new bonus mode called Operation Feral Raptor, which is a blast. Think of it as something akin to Resident Evil 3's Mercenary mode, what with a Dino Crisis-y twist. We also have a new replacement for Jeremy mode that we think you'll like. We're playing on the PS5 version of the game. So this is your mode select screen when you start a new game. Both modes are available from the beginning. You do not have to beat story mode to play the bonus mode, but it probably is a good idea to play story mode first. we have new and accessible difficulty options this time. Obviously, we have the tough as nails stuff that you've come to expect, but we do have assisted and easy modes. So if it's your first time, or if you'd like something a little less, wild to play through the game, you have that ability now, which we're really happy about. We're hoping that people who maybe are not as adept at survival horror will give those modes a shot. I know I did, and it definitely worked out better for me. So there's that. And yeah, I think Evan, back to you. You can
Awesome.
show whatever you like.
So guys, I want to talk through a lot of the changes here in DINOBREAK. I also want to answer some of the questions I've been getting spammed with for that. So I think that's what we're going to focus on in the stream.
Yes.
What we're not going to do is we're not going to jump into gameplay because it's out in like 35 minutes. I'm not going to spoil anything this close to release, and I want folks to experience it. The one thing I'm going to leave folks with, though, talking about the actual story mode and the bonus modes is, look, I've been called out on this in the past. In prior titles, I like to leave traps for people. Outbreak Contagious Memories, to a lot of people, was just a puzzle wrapped in a trap where every time I was nice to you, it meant I was going to be absolutely horrible to you each time. DINOBREAK is the inverse of that. I swear to God, it's not a trap this time. Nobody believes me, but I'm going to just swear right now on Steam, it's not a trap. This time, this is an action game. This is a shooter. It's still got the retro survival horror resource management, the camera views, similar gameplay, but with a lot more polish. But the one thing that we're taking a little bit of a detour from compared to something like Contagious Memories, which was a very, very, very hard game, is that DINOBREAK is meant to be a retro survival horror game that is approachable to folks.
Yes.
So really quick, I want to talk about how it's approachable to folks. When you boot the game, as you start up your new game, you have a lot of options here. But one of the biggest things is the difficulty in the upper right-hand corner. By default, the game is set to easy mode. Easy mode is meant to be easy. You pack quite a punch against the enemies. The enemies do deal less damage to you. You will have more supplies. Your supplies will be more effective on easy. I feel like in DINOBREAK that easy is a great midpoint between forcing you to kind of reckon with what retro survival horror was, while instead of depowering you, making you a little bit of a powerhouse. It is, if you are experienced with old Resident Evil games or the original Dino Crisis 1 and 2 games, the experience you're probably looking for in DINOBREAK right off the bat is easy mode. But a lot of folks who play this game weren't around when Dino Crisis and Resident Evil, the original Resident Evil games, were out. And that's why we've added the assisted mode. And the assisted mode is heavily inspired by how Resident Evil 3 on the PlayStation 1 did their easiest difficulty. On assisted mode, you are a walking agent of destruction. You have a tremendous amount of health. Healing items are incredibly effective, and you start the game with an incredible arsenal in your storage box. You start the game with a powerful automatic rifle, with a powerful handgun, with ammo, with healing supplies, with tons of saving items. If you are coming to the world of retro survival horror for the first time, play DINOBREAK on assisted difficulty. It is still going to be a challenging experience in the sense that you're still going to have to, face what retro survival horror was. But every step of the way, I give you an edge to survive, and everything that you find in the game will help you survive even more, including things like finding duplicate weapons, which will help you with your weapons still having durability that can break. But I'm giving you extra double assault rifles. I'm giving you extra handguns. I'm giving you melee weapons that will one-hit kill a lot of the enemies in the game. Playing the game on assisted mode is still a very satisfying experience, and it allows you to experience the story. And if you're uncertain about what mode you think is the best for you in this game, play it on assisted. You can unlock all the achievements and trophies. There's no part of the game that is blocked off from you. There's nothing that you're missing in the experience. And I guarantee you by the end of assisted mode, you're still going to have had a great time. You're going to have had some challenges in there. But I think something that I can say for the first time in the series is somebody casual is going to have a lot of fun with the mode. It's not like Contagious Memories that just beats you over the fucking head, even on the easiest difficulties. It's meant to be fun. It's a shooter. So I highly recommend assisted mode. And the best part is, after you clear the game on assisted mode, you go to New Game Plus. You unlock some more awesome weapons, like a very powerful sword a very powerful assault rifle that you can have the entire game. And at that point, if you want to, you can increase the difficulty for your New Game Plus and try to fight through it on a harder difficulty. But if even that's too much, as you kill dinosaurs and break dinosaur eggs in the game, you accumulate in-game credits or points, which, as CMM said, you can unlock infinite ammo, you can unlock damage resistance, you can unlock explosive ammo, you can unlock Amanda mode, which is just a fucking carnival of insanity.
Amanda mode's incredible.
Yeah, Jeremy mode in Contagious Memories was something I was very happy with, and I'm so happy with how that turned out. But Amanda mode is chaos. And it's chaos that doesn't impact the actual gameplay mechanics in the sense that it's not influencing difficulty. Whereas like Jeremy mode, you had to go fists only, and you were still fucking punching shit and exploding it. But Amanda mode doesn't change the actual damage. It just makes the game absolutely fucking insane. And I don't want to spoil it, but if you played games in the 90s, you're going to see a lot of nods from Amanda mode that I think you're going to really, really appreciate. But what I'm trying to say here is everything in the game from the get-go is designed for you to be able to ease into Dino Break, to have a great experience. The more you play it, the more powerful you get. New Game Plus, you get more powerful. You unlock credits, you can unlock these bonuses, you get more powerful. So what I say to people is we go all the way from assisted now to primal difficulty, which is the hardest difficulty. I find that primal difficulty in Dino Break is a ton of fun when you're in New Game Plus, when you have a lot of the bonus shit unlocked, and you still want the game to give you a bit of a challenge, but you're still fucking powerful as shit.
Yeah.
And if you really liked Contagious Memories, if you liked getting the shit kicked out of you nonstop in Contagious Memories, turn off all the bonuses, go to primal mode, either in New Game or New Game Plus, and just get ready to get your face kicked in. So the difficulty's still there if you want it. But for the first time, we're also saying, maybe for folks who don't want to just get destroyed, assisted mode is here. The dinosaurs are fun to fight, and it's kind of, I think this makes the game the most approachable, and I think this makes it our best retro survival horror game because we finally have support for anybody who wants to have fun can have fun in this title.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who is a survival horror dunce myself, assisted was a very fun playthrough for me and kind of helped me like understand a bit more of the appeal of the style of the game, even as someone who isn't super wild about most classic survival horror experiences. It definitely kind of lets you explore the game and still have some tension and still have fun dealing with situations, figuring out puzzles, navigating through the game. Like it's not, some people look at modes like this and like, oh, that's baby mode or whatever. And for us, it's like, we don't really care what people like. We don't want people to look at that as like, some like, oh, well, they suck, so they played unassisted. The game is still fully, very fun, and I think still pushes back at you even on unassisted, but it's not to the point where you're going to be, extremely, frustrated or irritated. If this is like a first survival horror experience for you.
And that was the goal with Dino Break. That was kind of a lot of the core design philosophy behind how we built Dino Break. Is for the first time in the prior games, I was really trying to fucking piss you off. I'm not gonna lie. Contagious Memories, that game is a puzzle. It's brutal. It was designed to be just something for someone who really wanted a hardcore survival horror experience. And I feel like we achieved it, and it's a great game in that regard. But it's not a game for everybody. Yeah. I think Dino Break is a game for anybody. The other great things about Dino Break is it's a brand new story. It's a brand new alternate universe. So you're not missing like 7 games of story jumping into Dino Break. It is a self-contained story. It's a lot of fun. It's the best. I think it's the best story we've ever done in a game too. And I think Dino Break is also really cool in the sense that I do have a lot of nods. If you've played the first 7 Outbreak games, you're going to find a lot of fucking nods in this game to references to things that may have happened in those games, even though it's not in the same universe. But if you're also just brand new and this is your first retro survival horror title that we've played, which I recommend it be the first one that you play that if you're new to our series, none of that stuff is going to bother you. You're not going to be like missing out on a joke or anything. for folks who spend a lot of time with Contagious Memories, the first 15 minutes of the game, I really try to fuck with you a little bit. So that's all that I'm going to say. I don't want to spoil what happens, but I go into it because I know what people who have played Contagious Memories are going to be thinking, and I try to really fuck with you. But instead of fucking with you from a difficulty perspective, I just fuck with you from a story perspective.
Yeah, and an expectations perspective.
Yeah, and an expectations perspective, and I think that's more fun for as kind of a series in joke for folks. I want to talk about some other things really quick here, guys, because we don't have a lot of time in the stream, and I want to talk about just useful things to point out for folks who maybe are returning players but are new to it. DINOBREAK supports 2-player co-op. It's completely optional. But you can play vertical or horizontal split-screen co-op in all modes in DINOBREAK on all difficulties with all the modifiers on anything you want to do. You can bring along a buddy. In DINOBREAK, the second player is just as valid in terms of gameplay mechanics as the first player. You have your own inventory. You have access to the storage box. You can use puzzle items. You're not a second-class citizen. You have as much agency as the main character, but the nice thing about DINOBREAK is that you can jump in and out of co-op. You can start a game, play co-op a little bit, save your game and end it, and come back the next day and play it in single player. Your other player doesn't lose any progress. They don't lose anything at all with the game. So if you want to bring a friend along, it's a great experience with a friend. If you want to play it as a single player, it's a great experience as a single player. But it's your choice on how you want to play it. When you're playing on next-gen consoles, as well as any of the PC versions, which is also Steam and Epic Game Store, so this is PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, Steam, or Epic Game Store, you have a ton of graphics options at your disposal. You can turn on everything from real-time shadows, and turn on the quality of the shadows here. You can turn on real-time reflections across the entire game, which look very, very nice. On next-gen systems and PC platforms, blood sticks to the environment. You can turn on the blood decals on the environment on or off. And also, weather can be toggled. Weather is off by default, because one of the biggest things that I've received feedback on Contagious Memories was the weather was just a little too extreme, and people did not appreciate how crazy the lightning got. So by default, weather's off, which improves performance because, it's rain and lightning and there's a lot going on there.
Sure.
But when you do turn on rain and lightning, the lightning is not blinding. The lightning is a subtle effect that I think looks a lot better. So you're not going to get blinded by the lightning if you turn it on. I think it adds something, but as you start turning these on next-gen consoles and PC, the game transitions probably from a 60 frames per second locked experience to a 30 frames per second locked experience on next-gen consoles, and probably PC when you turn on all the graphics options. So they're off by default on any version you load up on, because I want to prioritize a smooth 60 frames per second experience basically everywhere. But it's up to you how much of this stuff you want to turn on. You can mix and match. You can turn on and off VSync if you want to let VRR take the wheel a little bit. But you have a ton of options here to do it. And on the Nintendo Switch version, there is a quality mode slider that appears on this menu where you can prioritize everything from native 720p at 30 frames per second, or you can kick the resolution way down and try to go for 60 frames per second docked, or just get a performance boost in handheld mode. But that's a unique feature to the PlayStation Switch version.
The
and
PlayStation Switch version.
The Nintendo Switch version, DINOBREAK is the best Nintendo Switch port we've ever done. It runs the best, load times are the best. We really sorted it out. On all platforms, you're going to find faster load times, definitely in the menu system, huge improvements in the menu system, but also in-game. You're going to find better frame rates across the game. And one more super important thing that DINOBREAK brings to the table compared to our prior releases. In prior releases, we had to bring in the Silent Hill fog that was always around you, that was stopping the game from rendering to help improve performance. In most versions of DINOBREAK, the fog is fucking gone. The view goes forever. You can see all the way down. You're not feeling like you're trapped in this fog wall at all times. And it really improves the presentation of the game. And it's the same for co-op as well on most next-generation platforms and PC, and even on some of the prior-gen platforms as well. And we did a lot of work to get performance improvements, like runtime performance improvements on the frame rate up, so we could take away that fog, so the game looks 100 times better, even though it's still running on our older technology. And you'll find better graphics from that. You're going to find the dinosaur models are higher quality than the zombie models. The animations for the dinosaurs are much higher quality than the zombies were in the past. And just in general, I'm going to say it multiple times, but this is the best game we've ever released to date, best full product we've ever released to date. And I'm really proud to kind of leave the retro survival horror note, I guess you'd say, on this title, which I think is really important, and I think everyone's going to have a blast with.
So Evan,
back to you, CMM.
Can we just talk briefly? So there are optional tank controls available in
yes,
the
sir.
game if you would like that kind of experience. Can we take a look at the menu for that real quick?
Yes. And you're already seeing here, if anybody played Contagious Memories, you're seeing just how fast these menus load. There's no waits on anything here.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're playing in fixed camera mode, which for anybody who's not familiar, that is like how the old Resident Evil and Dino Crisis games did their camera. It was kind of like a camera looking down at the scene, and you were walking around. And as you moved around, the camera would change positions to a new scene. That's an optional view mode in DINOBREAK. And you can play the game either using tank controls, which if you want to imagine those, that's like how Resident Evil 1 on the PlayStation 1 played. Right. You're like a tank. You can rotate. You can move forward and backwards. You can still do the quick turn if you want. Backing up and pressing the run key or the run button still does a quick turn, but you're basically a fucking tank. Mm-hmm. Your other option is the modern controls, modern tank. Those controls are called classic tank. That's the old Resident Evil controls. Modern tank in the fixed camera view allows you to move in the direction that you press. So if you want to move left, you press left. If you want to move right, you press right. And it always knows which way that is, no matter where the camera's looking at you from. And it keeps it consistent as you change views too. So we cleaned up the kind of the tank control, the modern controls as you change views as well to keep it more consistent. So you're not like risking that you're spinning in a circle, spinning between scenes and stuff. So this is our best tank controls and best modern tank controls playing game as well.
Yeah, awesome. So if you really want that like ultra classic experience, you can turn on those classic tank controls. You can go into harder difficulties. You can use the fixed camera perspective, and really kind of make the experience the way that you want to play it, which is awesome. We're really happy about that. We're really happy about the game in general, and how it has how it's turned out. I think the other thing too is we do obviously have the bonus mode, which is Operation Feral Raptor. If you want to briefly just talk about that and what that actually is.
Yes. So let's talk about Operation Feral Raptor. I was just running the credits just to have something running on the screen while we're doing it. So Operation Feral Raptor is the bonus mode for DINOBREAK. Now, the story mode, when you play story, that's a classic survival horror adventure. If you've played Resident Evil or Dino Crisis in the 90s, story mode is exactly what you're expecting it to be. It is like that experience. There's cutscenes, there's a story, there's notes to find, there's puzzles, dinos to kill, eggs to crack, and weapon progression. It's everything you expect from that. But Operation Feral Raptor is kind of the definitive bonus mode that we've ever done to date. It is inspired by Operation Operation
oh yeah, my brain.
What is it? I can't think of it because I haven't slept in months.
There's a bonus mode in Contagious Memories.
The Resident Evil 3 Mercenaries mode. Let's just call it that because I can't. Mad Jackal, Operation Mad Jackal from Resident Evil 3 PS1.
Yes.
Is that. So this is kind of our answer to that. In Operation Feral Raptor, you can choose between 6 characters. It's the Legacy Outbreak cast. You've got Lydia. She's packing a powerful handgun and a powerful revolver. You've got our boy Kane, who's the melee operative of it. He's packing an extremely powerful knife that one-hit kills most things. We've got Ivy, who was the co-op character in Contagious Memories. She's not the co-op character this time around. She has a piercing pistol and a powerful assault rifle. We got our boy Harry. Everybody loves Harry, showing off his shirt gap in the back if you want to see a little bit of Harry's ass. You can see it. And he's got a strong pistol that doesn't pierce, and he's got a piercing machine gun that is a monster. You've got our buddy Hank, returning favorite. He's got an absurdly powerful shotgun and an absurdly powerful knife. And then, of course, we've got Elena, who's packing the grenade launcher, and I believe she gets a pistol during her playthrough. So you can pick from these 6 different characters, each with their own loadouts. And you're left to roam the entire city. You can go to every room that's available in the main story mode. And as you go through this is a score attack arcade mode, whereas you fight off dinosaurs and eggs, you get a combo multiplier. As you keep chaining that, your score keeps going up. And as you kill more things, the faster you kill them, you get more time. You start out with about 5 or 6 minutes, depending on your difficulty, and you've got to keep killing to keep that clock rising up, to keep your score going up. And as you go through the game, you're going to be rated on the number of dinosaurs you kill, the number of eggs you crack, and you're going to be ranked on the number of survivors that you rescue. Survivors are randomly placed throughout the map, and a survivor is alive when you come across them if your timer is up past a certain level, essentially. So if you're perhaps like low on time, you got like 30 seconds left, and you come across a survivor, they're probably going to already be dead. But if you're packing like 6 minutes of time and you come across a survivor, they're probably still alive. It has a lot of in-depth rankings as you complete it, and you have to properly evac. There's multiple evac points in it, and based on your evac points, you may actually get different achievements. You may get it may lead to a better rating, and ultimately your goal is to try to clear the entire city of dino eggs and dinosaurs, rescue all the survivors, and get out at an evac point in one piece. This is an expanded mode that appeared initially in Outbreak Contagious Memories, and we've just kind of expanded it up considerably for this release. So it's definitely a bonus mode not to miss. It's also a great mode, hint, hint, to farm points to unlock the bonuses in the game. Yes. And that's part of the reason why I had it unlocked from the beginning is if you want to farm right off the bat to get infinite ammo or damage resistance before going into the story, go nuts. Yeah, there's some spoilers for locations in the game. But, you know, I wanted to give everybody the opportunity that if you just wanted to go get unlimited ammo right off the bat, go fucking nuts. Go have fun. I want you to have fun. Yeah. For the first time I've made a game and I'm saying just go have fun. Yeah. And again, yeah, the modifiers can be used here. You still have your difficulty selection all the way from assisted. Co-op is still optionally supported. In Feral Raptor. It's a different spin on the traditional experience to make it more arcade-like and with more of a scoring element to it. We're excited to let people jump into that, and also to let them jump into that from the beginning. You know, if you want to, or you know, maybe you get partway through story mode and then you want something that's a little bit different. You can go into the bonus mode, you know, mid playthrough of the story mode. And actually, just one quick question here we had a little while ago, but I just wanted to get for clarity. When you start a game, you know, either bonus mode or story mode with a difficulty, are you able to change the difficulty midway through or no? Yes. So if you're playing the bonus mode, you can pick your difficulty before jumping in. It's right up here in the upper right-hand corner. Right. You see assisted, easy, hard, primal. You can always just set it right here before jumping into the bonus mode. And every time you come back to this menu, you can change it. So once you're in the bonus mode, you're on the difficulty that you're on. But that's because it's meant to be like you play through the bonus mode. It's a shorter thing. For the story mode, you can basically change your difficulty at any time. And let's actually talk about this really quick. DINOBREAK, just like in Contagious Memories, you have 10 save slots. Even though they're different save slots, your game is shared across all of these save slots. The reason why you have multiple save slots is so that as you're playing the story mode, you can keep saving in different slots. So that way, if you maybe made a mistake or want to go back and redo a section that you think you did pretty poorly, you can just go back to one of your prior saves. Yeah. But all of your data is shared across the saves. All your credits are shared. Everything else is shared. And every time you go into story mode and you either choose to start a new game or resume your existing game, if you have a save in that slot, you can always change all of your options, including difficulty. So you can start the game on primal if you wanted to. Maybe you get a little further into it and you're like, man, I am not as good at this game as I was kind of thinking I might be. you can kick it on down to assisted and go right back into the game. The one thing that is not carried over if you change difficulty is your starting equipment. So if you start a new game on assisted or easy, you have extra supplies in your storage box, right? You have the extra super powerful machine gun, more healing items, more save items, things like that. So if you are going to go from like a primal playthrough down to assisted, probably restart the game just so you can get the assisted bonus items, because they're pretty great. And there's no shame in starting on assisted, getting the items, saving your game, reloading it, and then going in on primal if you want to. Do whatever you want. Have fun with it. One other question I want to answer too that I got a whole lot is people were like, hey, the save items were kind of stingy in Contagious Memories. I got you covered. If you're playing on assisted or easy, there's a lot of extra save items in your box, and throughout the adventure, save items are far more plentiful.
Yes,
so
can confirm.
Even yes. Even on harder difficulties, even though there's still single-use save items, there's a lot more of them. I swear to you, people who played the game prior to release were like, I don't trust you, I don't believe anything you're saying to me, you're gonna screw me over and get me killed. This is the one time, guys. It's not a trick. There's extra ammo, there's better weapons, there's more save items. I just want you to have fun. And I want you to fight dinosaurs. Really quick.
Oh, go ahead.
Really quick before there's a lot I need to get through because we're running out of time. Really quick before we get on to more fan questions, is dinosaurs fight different than zombies? There are no zombies anywhere in this game. This is our first game where not a single zombie appears anywhere in the game. The dinosaurs are way more versatile than the stupid zombies were. They're fast. Most of the dinosaurs are pretty fucking fast. They can bite pretty rapidly. They close the gap pretty easily. But hey, you're more powerful. You got automatic weapons. Pistols and shit are way more powerful. You can take on you fight dinosaurs in much larger numbers in DINOBREAK than you fought zombies in like our prior games. So, but you're ready for it because your player's ready to fight off in that, and they're way more powerful. But the dinosaur mechanics are also different. Dinosaurs can get stunned and get knocked down. When you're fighting smaller dinosaurs like raptors and other dinosaurs about that size, you get a couple rounds into them, they're going to fall over for a little bit and get stunned, and it gives you a chance to reload. It gives you a chance to focus on other threats and stuff like that. As the game progresses, the dinosaurs get bigger. Bigger dinosaurs maybe take more of a punishment before they'll fall over, and they'll get stunned less frequently. And then when you're fighting shit like a T-Rex, you are the fucking T-Rex at that point. That fucker's not going down unless you kill it. So the one tip I want to give anybody listening to this is maybe a T-Rex shows up a little early in the game. Maybe that's not a good time to pick a fucking fight with a T-Rex. Maybe it's time to run away from the T-Rex. So that's the one tip I just want to give everybody on stream is you might see a T-Rex pretty early on. Run from the fucking T-Rex. Don't stand and fight. If you want to be a real fucking big tough guy, fight that T-Rex to the death. You can kill it. It's not going to soft lock you resource wise. I kill it every fucking playthrough. And we had other people playing internally who were new to survival horror who took that fucker down and they still beat the game with a little less ammo along the way. But there's no shame in running from T-Rexes until you feel like you're ready to fight them with the big guns.
Yeah, you can choose to go through encounters in plenty of ways. Like even the dinosaur eggs are made in such a way that if you don't disturb them, they won't hatch initially. They will eventually hatch, but coming in contact with them will cause them to hatch, or shooting them. But you can move through rooms, and try to dodge dinosaur eggs and have your experience that way. It's very you can try to go for that low dino killing run if you are sympathetic to dinosaurs.
And but the thing I'll tell you is they give you some leeway. The eggs at the beginning, they're not going to hatch too fast. But again, if you hang out for 10 minutes in an area, and you're just kind of fucking around, well, the dinosaurs will eventually figure out that you're there and they will fucking come for you. So it's kind of a new gameplay mechanic in the fact that you can kind of sneak past eggs and pick when you want to have a fight to a degree. But you fuck around too long, they're going to come for you. So they will eventually hatch. They will eventually come for you. But But there's just there's so much greater depth of gameplay in this compared to the older Outbreak titles in the sense because there's so many more ways you can fight the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs fight you differently. Based on the size of the dinosaur, they're more tanky or easier to knock down. And you'll even find shit like really small dinosaurs like compies, and those fuckers just go right down. You shoot them with a pistol, they're dead.
Yeah.
So it's a great diversity of enemies. But I will say right now, zombies do not come back at any point in the title. And honestly, I think the title is better for it because this is supposed to be a celebration of things like Dino Crisis, and it's supposed to be the time for the dinosaurs to have center stage. And it was important to me that the zombies don't come in randomly in the story anywhere because this is a story about dinosaurs.
Yep. Except probably not too great for the dinosaurs in the end. Evan, since we've had a lot
turned out pretty well.
Since we've had a lot of questions about it.
Yeah, let's answer questions. Let's go.
Can we talk about release timing? I know people have been asking, like, if I live here, is it come out this time? How is that all playing out?
Yeah, so different regions release in different times on different platforms. Some of this, there's no great master plan here. I didn't say, man, I really like that one platform. I wanted to go out first. So I'm going to try to give you guys the best guidance I possibly can on when this game is probably coming out and where.
Yeah.
I'm in Eastern U.S. time, so translate that to your time zone. That's homework for the class, because I don't know time zones at all. I'm fairly confident the Xbox Series XS and Xbox One versions are coming out at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. So that's in
like
9 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 minutes. I'm semi-confident PlayStation's coming out around that time, maybe, plus or minus a couple hours. So my gut is that the PlayStation stuff probably goes live in the next 4 or 5 hours is where my gut's going to go, but maybe I'm wrong. Steam will go live sometime tonight. Epic Game Store, probably around midnight, maybe, somewhere around there, plus or minus 8 hours in there. Nintendo Switch, tomorrow morning, maybe like 10 a.m., maybe, I think. So that's kind of my best guesses, and I want to just say I reserve the right to be wrong about fucking anything at any time. But we're high confidence Xbox is coming out in 8 minutes. Somewhat confident PlayStation is either coming out then or very soon after that. Steam, definitely sometime tonight, maybe around 10 p.m., by 10 p.m. Eastern. Epic Game Store, probably tomorrow morning sometime, and Nintendo Switch, probably like 10 a.m. tomorrow morning or some shit around there, give or take. That's my best guess on everything. But I do want to say, please buy the game on launch. The enthusiasm we've seen for this title is huge. If you are buying on Xbox, PlayStation, or Steam, and you really want to support us, when you buy the game, please take a moment and leave a positive review or a 5-star review. Steam has a positive review button. Xbox and PlayStation have 5-star positive reviews for 5 stars. Guys, this is the best game we've ever released. If you've liked anything in our series so far, just go and get in those reviews. It really helps us out. You can always change them if you change your mind down the road. We're not going to be upset with you, but the bottom line is we get review bombed. Every single release, we get review bombed on every fucking platform. And I looked it up. I went and did some research on this. What is the median time that somebody plays an Outbreak game before they file a negative review? It's 4 minutes. So I get a lot of people who come to me with these releases and say, hey, I'm going to give you a positive review. I just want to play it for 10 hours so that, it's important to me to play it for 10 hours. And what I say back to folks is, you know what? If you're here, there's probably a good reason why you're here, that you want a game like this. I think you're going to probably enjoy the game. There's no shit here. It's not a puzzle. It's not super hard. It's meant to be fun. So if you think this is your jam, do me a favor. Just get the fucking positive review and get the 5-star review in on. And after you play that 10 hours, if you don't like the game, you can change your review or you can remove your review. I would actually prefer if you just send me feedback and let me try to fix your issues with the game instead of going into a negative review. But the bottom line is negative reviews and low-star reviews directly hurt us on the stores. It hurts us with visibility, it hurts us generating revenue, and it hurts our business, and it hurts our ability to make games. It's not that I'm sitting here crying because somebody says something mean to me. If it was just people saying mean shit on the internet to me, who the fuck cares? I don't give a shit. I get fucking death threats. from people over these fucking video games. Do you think I sit up at night crying over that? I don't give a fucking shit. But what I do fucking care about is that fucking trolls who go and play the game for 4 minutes, file a negative review, refund the game, and laugh at us. Directly hurt our ability to make games. It hurts our ability to keep the business going. It hurts our ability to go on to great things like Shades of Horror, produce games like DINOBREAK, to produce a lot of unannounced awesome stuff that we're going to be talking about in the months ahead. So the best way you can help us is buy the game on launch day. If you can, buy it on multiple platforms. It really helps us out. And if you can get a positive review or a 5-star review in as early as you're comfortable doing so, it really, really helps us out, and it really helps us out with launch visibility and getting the ball rolling here. We've never had this level of interest for a game in the past. I have been literally talking to people nonstop on YouTube, on social media, on DMs about DINOBREAK. The enthusiasm's off the charts. It has been wild. If you've been watching even the official trailer that we released on YouTube, it's like 100 views an hour. We have gotten something CMM, I think, to the tune of 10,000 views, if not more, in the last 5 fucking days?
Yeah.
We're getting great press coverage. We don't even have the main press push out. That's going out tomorrow after the store pages are all live, because we're waiting for everything to be live.
Yeah.
We've never seen this for a title. So I know we're going to have the fans show up. I know they're going to have a lot of fun with the game. Please get your reviews in. The trolls are going to come. It is inevitable, guys. So please help us brunt the troll attack. If you can encourage friends to buy it, if you can encourage them, if they're enjoying it, to leave the positive reviews and 5-star reviews. Don't wait 10 hours. If you play it for 10 minutes and you're having fun, get the review in. You can always edit it. You can always add more data to it. And if you fucking hate me after playing the game, come back to me and send me a DM and tell me what you don't like so I can try to fucking fix it instead of giving us a negative review. Because I'm always in Discord, I'm always approachable, and as with all of our prior releases, I'm watching feedback. The design decisions of DINOBREAK are all directly from fan feedback. Assisted mode, the game being action-oriented, changes across the game. It's all fan feedback. I fucking listen. I fucking care what you have to say. This feedback will go into Shades of Horror and products that we haven't even talked about yet that are still coming down the road. So don't give us a negative review. Come have a conversation with me. And if you like it or even can tolerate the game, get that positive review and get the 5-star review and get friends to buy it and encourage them to do the same. Because it really fucking helps us.
It does really help us to have community support. And obviously sometimes when you don't like something, it sticks out much more and you're more likely to leave a negative review. But when people do enjoy stuff, sometimes it's less common to leave something positive. So again, if you pick up the game tomorrow or tonight, whenever it hits, and you're enjoying it, please try to remember to leave us a positive review, an honest review, of course.
An honest review.
Yeah, we don't want you to make things up. We just want you.
Don't make up things. Share your thoughts. But if you're enjoying it, get the review in there, guys.
Yeah. If you are enjoying it, it really, really does help us. If you express that you're enjoying it, we really greatly appreciate that. We really hope you are going to enjoy it. We put a lot of work into it. We feel like it's a very strong title. Like Evan said, it's definitely feels like the best, I think, title that we've ever put out.
It is the best title we've ever put out. I will say that right now.
Yeah.
I have so much fun playing this game. I've been playing a ton of DINOBREAK over the last couple of weeks. In a way, I've certainly enjoyed our prior games, but this is a game that is just it's joyous to play, which is something I don't think we could ever say about any of our prior titles.
Yeah.
It's just fun, and it feels kind of weird to say that, but it's just a fucking fun game, and it's really fun to just blast some fucking dinosaurs.
In regards to the game, again, we've kind of gone through the general overview of what it features. Optional tank controls, multiple difficulties, multiple camera angles that you can select from at any time, modifiers that you can unlock, the bonus mode, the story mode, 10 slave slots, more action focused. We still have all the puzzles, we still have all the notes that you love in survival horror. We have a convenient journal function in the game where once you've read a note in the world somewhere, you can refer back to it at any time in a journal menu, so that it's not like you have to memorize the contents of the note when you read it. We have the map like we've had in previous games. There's a lot of tools and resources and options in there to really help you make the experience your own and as convenient, as we can make it for you. We really hope that you enjoy it. I think we're coming towards the end of the stream now. Again, we are a bit limited on time tonight, but we did want to make sure that we talked through some stuff about the game with it coming out. Again, DINOBREAK will be out tonight into tomorrow on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One even, Steam, and the Epic Game Store. If you are buying on Nintendo Switch, you can actually buy it right now and it will preload to your console. All versions of the game are going for $19.99, an MSRP of $19.99 USD worldwide. The exact amount in your currency may vary, but that is the base price. I believe, let me see if this works in chat. I feel like we have a command for this, but maybe I'm stupid. Nope. Maybe it's that. Nope. Okay, I'm just gonna get the links manually then. And drop them in chat for you.
I just want to answer some more quick questions that I had really quick from folks.
Absolutely.
On PlayStation 4 and 5, there are separate trophy lists for both titles. This game is a platinum trophy on both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. You can earn both platinum trophies if you so choose. So that's why it is not a group buy on PlayStation 4 and 5, because I wanted to keep the trophy lists separate. So because folks ask me all the time, let us get both platinums, so we did that. If you're buying on PlayStation, once it goes up, there will be a definitive collection bundle. I believe it's at a slight discount if you want to get both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 versions. And on both PlayStation and Xbox, a bundle will also launch alongside the game called the DINOBREAK Killer Crisis Bundle. That includes both all the next-gen and prior-gen versions of DINOBREAK and Outbreak Contagious Memories at a discounted price for the bundle as well. So you can actually pick up both titles on last-gen and next-gen platforms there. On Xbox, for Xbox customers, the title uses Smart Delivery. So it's a shared achievement list across all the Xbox versions, but you do get the prior-gen and next-gen versions through Smart Delivery if you buy on Xbox. But one list of achievements. You can't double up on achievements on the Xbox version. The other thing I want to answer that I get a lot of questions to is there unique executables for each platform? And the answer is yes. So if you are on PlayStation, there is a unique PlayStation 5 version of the game, there is a PlayStation 4 Pro version of the game, and there is a PlayStation 4 version of the game. So no matter what PlayStation console you're on, you have a native executable that is tailored towards the console and takes advantage of the hardware. On PlayStation 5, you get all these awesome next-gen graphics options, better frame rate, faster load times, all that awesome stuff. On PlayStation 4 Pro, you get better frame rate and better graphics at a higher resolution. And on PS4 Pro, it's just kind of a very base experience that still tries to target 60 frames per second most of the time. If you are an Xbox customer, there is individual executables for Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, Xbox One X, and Xbox One. On Xbox One X, you get the full, on Xbox Series X, which is the highest end console, you get the full next-gen experience, all the graphics options, great frame rate, super fast load times, baller as fuck. On Xbox Series S, you still get a lot of the graphics boosts, but it's still just lowered a bit because it has a slightly less powerful GPU. But most of the expanded graphics options are still intact, their frame rate's still great. For Xbox One X customers, you get a resolution and frame rate boost over the base Xbox One version. And if you're on a base Xbox One, it's kind of just the basic version, and we did our best to give an experience that approaches 60 frames per second most of the time with pretty good graphics.
And the good thing, again, with the Xbox version is that if you buy one of those versions, say you just have an Xbox One right now and you buy the Xbox One version, if you do end up going to an Xbox Series X or another Xbox system at some point, you will have that version of the game as well. And you can enjoy those the perks that the next gen versions provide.
Yep, absolutely.
And then, as Evan mentioned before, the Nintendo Switch version does have like a quality performance option, so that you can optimize it to the level of detail you want versus the frame rate and performance. And obviously we support docked and handheld modes on Nintendo Switch, so that version is also its own specific executable. So we tried to tailor the game for each platform that it's available on.
Yes, and one more quick thing too. This is our first brand new release that launches day and date on the Epic Game Store.
Yes.
So if you are an Epic Game Store customer, thank you, because we get a little bit more money out of that. Although I would rather have the positive Steam review than a little extra dollars at this point, to be honest with you. So if you're trying to say which one does Uri want me to buy Steam, get the positive review, and if you like the game.
Yeah.
But for Epic Game Store, we have a full achievement list on there, so you can get all the Epic style achievements for it, and Steam obviously supports Steam achievements as well.
Yes. And then the other thing, there was one more thing. My brain is slipping.
One more thing I wanted to mention too, because I do actually get a question about this a lot. People were curious if somebody named Jaw Muncher was aware of the game. Jaw Muncher actually jumped in and did a collab with us in DINOBREAK. So there is some hidden Jaw Muncher. There's actually a lot of hidden stuff in DINOBREAK. There's hidden weapons and stuff as well during that you can get at any time during the campaign mode if you know what to do. But which I don't want to spoil too much there, but maybe skip a starting weapon in one of your playthroughs and you might be rewarded later on. But there's some great Jaw Muncher Easter eggs in the game too. I encourage you to try to find Jaw Muncher in the game and find his note. There is a Jaw Muncher achievement associated with that if you can find his note as well. And he actually was playing the game prior to release and gave us some really useful feedback that got integrated into the game. So if you are a Jaw Muncher fan and want to celebrate the return of dinosaurs with him, just know that there's some Jaw Muncher hidden goodness in the game as well. If you do not know who Jaw Muncher is, don't worry about it.
Yeah, you might find out, you might not.
you might find out, you might not. But he's been that guy has been fighting for the return of Dino Crisis for so long. So when we knew we were doing DINOBREAK, it felt like the kind of thing to pay him some honor with and make sure he had a fun little achievement and a little side quest in there for you to go on. And he made sure you're rewarded in game with some bonus items as well if you can find him. So
the thing that I wanted to mention is, again, we are running and are about to close the giveaway for a copy of DINOBREAK on the platform of your choice. If you would like to enter that giveaway, 1, you need to be following us. 2, in the chat you can type !ticket, and that will enter you in. And 3, stick around for a few minutes, because obviously when we draw, we need you to be here so we can get you the code. And of course, if you are once the winner is determined, we're gonna have them DM us on Twitch on this account at Dead Drop Studios. You can do that with the whisper function on Twitch, and we can figure out your region, the platform that you'd like it on, and we can figure out when it becomes available. Essentially, when we were able to give you a code, it will be once that store page and version has released. So there may be a small delay there, but whoever wins will have their copy of the game by the end of the 4th at the latest. So we just want to.
But whoever wins this, tell CMM immediately, because I got to get them a code for you. So please, whoever wins, just tell CMM what platform you want in your region right off the bat, please,
just
so he can tell me if I get the code.
Make sure you DM the Dead Drop Studios account on Twitch.
Do it immediately, please. I'm
possible.
begging you. Please, because I may be in a position tomorrow where I can't generate a code. So tell me tonight what I need. Guys, I need to jump off, so before I go, I'm going to leave all this to CMM to administer the end of the stream. Does anybody have any burning questions they need to ask me before I jump off about DINOBREAK? It's already out on Xbox, so I'm going to stay here for 60 seconds. Does anybody have any burning fucking questions they need answered from me?
We'll get your questions in right now while you have the chance.
Write them in the box if anybody has anything, because I'm leaving in a minute.
How long is the game?
Okay, so I would say if you are familiar with our series, the story mode is going to be a 5 to 6 hour affair for somebody who knows our series. We had internal players for story mode alone who were kind of unfamiliar with survival horror, like the genre, but kind of new to it, playing on easy mode. It took them 9.5 hours to beat the story mode. My average playthroughs is somebody who knows what they're doing. I tend to clock in around 4 hours for it. but obviously that's going to increase. If you're playing unassisted, you're going to be a god of destruction, so you're going to be blazing through this fucker because nothing's going to stop you. If you're on easy or higher, add a couple more hours. If you're on primal and you're not, like, you don't have unlimited ammo and damage resistance, you're in for the fight of your life here, so it might be longer. I would say doing everything in the game, story, playing through the bonus modes, and kind of seeing and doing everything. DINOBREAK's about a 12 to 15 hour experience if you go and do everything, but your first story mode playthrough, let's say about 5 hours or so, if not a little longer for most folks. And the game is designed to be replayable. There's lots of hidden stuff. The bonus mode's super replayable, so there's a lot to go back and do. But it's been all over the fucking spectrum of play times for folks. But it's a meaty adventure.
Yes.
Next question. Anybody else?
It doesn't look like we have anything else going on.
Evan, will you ever buy a higher quality mic? No, clearly not. I don't have money for higher things, for higher quality things. I do apologize. Maybe it's not using the Elgato mic. Maybe I'm actually going through the other mic right now, which would fucking suck. So I do apologize if it's going through the headphones.
The other thing I want to mention real quick before Evan goes.
Yeah, I do shout talk. Yeah, I agree with that.
So I guess we can briefly mention this. Next week, I believe October 11th, we may have some things to talk about. So stay tuned for news next week.
Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see.
I'm not doing that. Yeah, sorry guys. I shout talk because I haven't slept in 5 months and I'm running on just pure caffeine at this point, and I still have to go to work for the next couple of hours. So
yeah.
All
right, guys.
I'm gonna log off. Everybody be nice to CMM. Whoever fucking wins that contest, tell him immediately. Platform and region. All right. I love you all. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Evan.
Go buy DINOBREAK right now. It's available on Xbox. Go.
Okay, let me go back to just chatting real quick, guys. There we go. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today. We're gonna draw the winner now. You have about maybe 10 seconds to enter if you have not. That is !ticket. To potentially win a copy of DINOBREAK. We're not going to be doing like tons of giveaways for DINOBREAK. Obviously we have a lot going on. We're hoping that people will be into the game. To be considered for the giveaway, you need to be following us. You need to have that !ticket. And be on that list, and then obviously be here and DM me as soon as possible on Twitch, Dead Drop Studios, to get your platform and region information to get you your digital code. Just a second, I'm going to roll here. Let me just see what we're looking at. Make sure that people are being included in the giveaway. Hopefully Evan will be able to get some sleep sometime before he dies. Yes, Krauser, you are indeed in. I haven't seen anyone who has entered so far not get added to the list. I've been keeping track on my end. So everyone that I've seen type the command has been successfully added to the list. I think we are going to roll now. So guys, get ready. Let's get that going. And... oh boy, I never know how to say your name. But NOHDYT, no dite, no D. You are the winner, so long as you are here. If not, we will re-roll. But hello. You hit me up here. Wow, I can't. I'm even losing it now too. Whisper us on Twitch. I will get you the platform and the region code that you need for a copy of DINOBREAK. Thank you guys so much for being here, for supporting us, for being excited for the game. We are blown away by the response that we've gotten for DINOBREAK. We're really excited for it to launch. We're excited for people to get their hands on it. We're really glad that that we haven't shown super a lot of it, because we want people to really enjoy it and get to experience it without having it, spoiled or showing a ton of stuff. We think you're really gonna like it. We have more stuff coming up as always. Stay tuned for the latest announcements. We do have stuff on the Epic Game Store available from our Legacy catalog as well. Epidemic Viral Terror is out now, despite it saying coming September 27th on the stream graphic there. We still have a few more of our Legacy titles to go on the Epic Game Store. We have our Patreon. We've been doing DINOBREAK content this month, so you can get some behind-the-scenes looks and some production material for the DINOBREAK game. And we are always doing those posts mostly every week. Hi Okabe. So definitely consider checking us out on Patreon. It's patreon.com/deaddropstudios. We recently lowered the price on that as well and reduced it to a single tier. So subscribing will get you everything, no matter what. Obviously, we have other games available. We obviously have Shades of Horror still in development. We will be talking about that when it's appropriate. So if you're wondering, hey, what happened to Shades of Horror? Nothing's happened to it. It's still coming along. We're just, obviously we're focused on DINOBREAK right now since that release is imminent. We really hope you enjoy it. Again, if you do end up grabbing the game and you do enjoy it, especially on Steam and Xbox, we really greatly appreciate if you would leave a positive review, an honest positive review about the game. We do sometimes get review bombed, or it's tough. It's one of those things. It's like negative experiences will stick out to people more than positive ones. So if you did have a positive experience with DINOBREAK, if you enjoy it, if you want more like it, if you have thoughts for us, if you have feedback, we really want to hear it. We want you to please leave a positive review on Steam or Xbox. It really, really, really helps us out and helps us keep doing what we're doing. But yeah, besides that, hope you all enjoyed DINOBREAK. We've had a lot of fun bringing it together. In terms of a stream, we should be back again next Wednesday. Not 100% yet, but it very likely will be back next Wednesday with something else. Yeah, I think that's going to do it. Thank you to everyone who followed today. Thank you for the subs today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for entering the giveaway. Congrats again to Nodi for winning the game. I will be in touch very shortly to get you your code. As always, we will see you next time. And I'm going to find us a raid target real quick just to spread some love to people. Our raid message is just going to be DINOBREAK in all caps. Nice and easy. Let me just see who's out and about right now on stream. We have a lot of good people that I want to send you guys to support. Let's see. Oh, I know. I think I know. So, we are going to send you guys to Jax. She tends to do a lot of survival horror and spooky games. She's been super sweet and supportive of us in the past. She's doing her first playthrough of Transference right now, which I'm actually unfamiliar with, so I'm kind of curious. So we're gonna send you over there. Be nice to her. Send her some love. She's always been so good to us. And we're definitely gonna see you next time. And again, let's see if that worked. Yes. And again, raid message is DINOBREAK. I believe DINOBREAK. I think she may have a follower or sub only chat. So please consider following her. She's very sweet. She's awesome. We love to see it. And we will see you next time. So bye guys. Pick up DINOBREAK tomorrow. Enjoy. Let us know what you think. We'll see you soon. And peace.